It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Niners and the Lions, under the lights on Thursday night.
Call it Motown, call it the Motor City. To Lions fans, this is home. Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
Here's Jake Moody to get this one kicked off. And off we go from Ford Field. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
1st and 10. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Goff. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
Not the sharpest of starts on offense. Here, an early 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So, on 4th down, the Lions send out Jack Fox to punt. Back deep for the Niners, Jacob Cowing. Fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. Led out by the last pick in the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
And after studying this quarterback, Mike, I really like the way he carries himself. He really takes accountability. Every time there's something that goes wrong, he puts it on his shoulders. And every time there's success, he's always the first one to give it to everybody else. That's the kind of leadership role you're looking for out of this position, and I think this guy's a great example of it.
They'll send a tight end in motion. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. He keeps it himself. And Purdy going to smartly hit the deck here as he's able to pick up the first down in the process. A gain there of 13 yards.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a first down.
And maybe the quarterback should have given that one away. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Now, players shaken up after that play, and it's Brock Purdy who needs some assistance. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now, Jones. He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Jones going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Lions offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Goff. Our throw complete to Tim Patrick. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Here's 2nd and 6. Goff gives it to Gibbs. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Here's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Niners offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They had to punt on their opening drive. No damage done as of yet. Still scoreless here, and they'll pick it up 1st and 10. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Jones. Open man is Jennings. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Jones. throw batted away and incomplete. DJ Reed that time. Good tight coverage, and he's able to get a hand on it.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Throwing is Jones on third down. Able to complete it to Ayuk. 11 yards for number 11. And a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
A run with the man from Louisville, Isaac Guerrero. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Ricky Pearsall, the intended receiver. And it'll be third down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
On comes Thomas Morstead. He'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Lions offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On play action, Goff. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zones. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball's going to go.
And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Gibbs. And he'll get about 4 to the 29. Third and long. To throw is Goff. He's going to let this one go deep. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up 4th down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Working from the gun, it's Jones. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up 2nd down. To throw, it's Jones. That is caught downfield by Pearsall. 25 yards, the pickup there. 1st down, 49ers.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball?
Now it looks like Dan Campbell will go ahead and throw the red challenge flag here. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. Jones now on 1st down. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Again, it's Jones. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now it's McCaffrey. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Back to throw is Jones. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle's made here at the 3-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
That is caught by the tight end, George Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers.
When you're down this close to the goal line, you typically don't have this much time. So let's give credit to the big guys up front. He was able to work through his entire progression, but at the same time, Mike, this is actually really good coverage. He's not even really that open. He puts a little extra on that one. He threads the needle, and nice contested catch results in a touchdown.
Now Jake Moody for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the 49ers will take a 7-0 lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Throwing here is Goff. This one caught by Patrick. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. 13 yards on the catch there. Good for a Lions 1st down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Jair Brown on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now, Goff. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Goff. And that is incomplete.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, But now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So a big one there to start the drive. 33 yards. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 7-0 is our score. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw is Jones. That's caught by McCaffrey. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's Jones to throw. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Again, they'll throw with Jones. Open man, left side, he's got it. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They'll motion a tight end right. Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Throwing now is Jones. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds. And he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design. Sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
That'll be incomplete with a penalty flag down. It looked like someone was across early. So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. They'll try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2. a little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. Jones. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
So backed up now to the 8-yard line. It's 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Jones. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Trying to get it to Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. And it'll be 4th and goal coming up.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Moody's kick is good. And the Niners will extend to a 10-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. Reynolds now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Lions offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Up to throw on 1st down. It is caught left side by St. Brown. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down. From the gun, it's Goff. In trouble, and down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's Jack Fox now, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The 49ers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jones. A throw on the move is caught. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick 1st down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
So Kittle comes in motion. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Now Jones. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt it away for San Francisco. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Lions offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing, Goff. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Nick Bosa, the former All-Pro, in there for the sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Here's the punter now. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The 49ers offense back onto the field for their next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. Working from the gun, it's Jones. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's Jones. There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Here comes 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Jones. That'll be intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see. And it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment, uplifting for them, big momentum builder.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense, you get yourself an easy touchdown, all of a sudden your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Niners offense ready to see what they can do. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Now, Jones. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? Jones to throw on second down. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Now Detroit's going to use their second timeout. Third and long. Back to throw is Jones. A throw on the run is complete. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. On comes the punter now. He's on to punt it for the fourth time tonight. Raymond going to return it, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
He'll take a shot here, back in the end zone. Diamador Lenore there defensively to break that one up.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
A second down throw for Goff. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
This one caught by Patrick.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. And that is incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. 49ers offense and Mac Jones heading back out onto the field. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jones. That's caught by McCaffrey. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing, Jones. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Throwing now is Jones. He'll look underneath here for McCaffrey. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Jones to the air again. That's Ayuk with it on the left side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down. You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Moody's kick is good. And the 49ers going to take the lead. It's now 13-10.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Three points, all that separates these two sides, has half number 2. Kicks off. A safe kick taken at the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. Set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Brian Branch in on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. He finds his big receiver, that's Jennings. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Purdy going to give this one to McCaffrey. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
3rd down, Purdy.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Purdy gonna give this to Garendo. And he's trying to turn the corner, but will not do it. Brought down behind the line.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And 3rd down just became a lot tougher. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line.
You find yourself trailing coming out of the halftime break. Your defense is going to start on the field. And man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within 1 possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
The 49ers out to punt this one. The home team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Goff to throw on 1st down. He's got Laporta open on the left side.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed...
Now, Kyle Shanahan not happy with that last call, and he's going to put out that red challenge flag. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge there unsuccessful, and it will remain a completed pass. Here's 2nd and 2. They're going to run out of the gun with Gibbs. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Williams in motion. Quick throw here is complete. They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. It's a toss play. Left to Gibbs. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. Play 7 of the drive coming up, and it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Goff. He's got his big tight end. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Detroit. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions make the lead 4. It is 17-13. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Niners offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They run once more with McCaffrey. McCaffrey, 1st down and more. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Purdy. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Needing a yard, they throw with Purdy. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the 1st down.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the 1st down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Purdy works out of the pistol. That's to the sideline and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Derek Barnes. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception, but boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it, and they're going to do that with excellent field position. Williams in motion. Quick throw, taken in. Second and 7. They'll run with Gibbs. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Gibbs. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey getting set for their next possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete. That one good for a dozen and a very quick 1st down.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield, and there does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks, and at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
A 2nd down throw here for Purdy. He'll get this out quickly to his left.
Well, sometimes as a play caller, it's pretty easy. Get the ball into the hands of your best players. In this case, a wide receiver screen. Get it to him quick, get some blockers out in front, let him do the rest after the catch, and he picks up the 1st down.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. So, a couple of first downs will give them 1st and 10. They're at the 41. Purdy gonna put it up again. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Here's 2nd and 9. Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Here in the 4th quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left, so you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a late lead here in the 4th quarter.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's Purdy. That's over the middle to Kittle. And the 49ers are going to be set up. 1st and goal coming up. They'll mark them down at the 6-yard line.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do because...
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, San Francisco. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And the 49ers go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Reynolds now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Lions offense ready to get back at it. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
1st and 10. Once again, it's Gibbs. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Throwing here is Goff. Get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
They'll go play action with Goff. Right back to Williams. They connect again. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Goff going to get this out to St. Brown. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Now, Goff. Got his man at the 6. And he will get into the end zone. Tim Patrick. Touchdown, Lions.
Mike, this is a great example of a wide receiver who just truly understands the concept of spacing. When you're open, stay open. If you're not open, get open. And when you can do that and operate in the middle of the field, man, you are such a weapon and a reliable target for your quarterback. It's a great example of it here. He works to stay open, middle of the field, ball's on target. It's an easy touchdown.
Here's Bates for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Lions have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Niners offense ready for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past, but here you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit because that one went nowhere.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. And what that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones. And if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Williams in motion. Off the play fake, here's Goff. He'll get this out to the left flat. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Here's Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. Now he's loose down the right sideline. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Now Goff. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Goff to throw. Into the hands of Brock Wright. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Working the sideline, that's St. Brown. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. That's into the hands of the fullback. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
They face 2nd down and 7. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On third down, it's Purdy. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Purdy works out of the pistol. That's taken in by Jennings. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
So after the penalty, a break as they now have 1st and 5. On the give, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll put Ayuk in motion. They'll drop to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical 3rd down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down. There's no punt. There's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
He's got his tight end, Kittle. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there, but that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Now, 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be McCaffrey. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And the defense rallies to the ball, brings him down at the 5. It's 4th down. Here's Purdy. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
What a stand there. 4th and goal. Game on the line. It looks like this offense is putting together a game-winning drive. and the defense comes out with the stop of the day.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win here for the Lions. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.